Great. Flag
That's
at
right.
10.
Okay.
We're wrapping down. Actually, I have like over 11 slides. My name is Jean McAllister. I have been a member of Toastmasters since 2005. I have been a member of a number of clubs. I'm currently the Eastern Division Governor. I have also been an area governor at the division level. Today I'm here to talk about retaining members. I frequently will go to a lot of the leadership meetings and they talk about new members. Are you visiting with them? Are you making sure that they get greeted warmly, informing them about Toastmasters? And I think to myself, what are we doing for our existing members to ensure that they stay members? So today, I'm going to cover what is recognition, why we want to recognize, how to recognize, and some different samples of recognition. Recognition is simply the act of identifying someone who deserves recognition. Some people will tell you you should recognize extraordinary behavior. I believe you should recognize extraordinary behavior. I more so believe you should recognize a variety of things, one being just milestones. Recognition should always be timely. Most importantly, recognition should be genuine when we go through, and we'll go into that a little bit. Some of the reasons you want to recognize people are, it's a reward. Recognition is definitely a reward. You can have recognition, just a verbal communication, or you can attach it to a certificate, a trophy, or whatever. It also, recognition reinforces behaviors of people. So if you're a manager, you definitely want to recognize employees for good behavior because you want them to repeat that behavior. That's no different for us in Toastmasters. We want to recognize people who are officers and do a good job of being an officer at the club level because they help our club be strong and grow. You want to recognize members who achieve significant milestones. They're helping you get that ECP award. But it's also a way of recognizing the individual for contributing to the club. They gain confidence in their ability to perform. How? This is my favorite one. How do you recognize somebody? Recognition is so easy. It can be simply thanking somebody. And I believe you should vary recognition from your people. And that can be giving them a certificate. Toastmasters, and this is going to be a little bit of a duplicate, once you get a milestone, so this is a competent communicator certificate, they will send you a very nice certificate that you can display. I personally take that certificate, scan it, send it to my HR department so they can file it inside my employee file. Make sure my boss has seen it. But I know that she has also received a very nice letter from Toastmasters. So when you process an award and it says, do you want to notify your supervisor? Always check yes. They will send an email now. So they will send emails, or I prefer to get a nice little letter from my boss, so I give her my mailing address, because then sometimes I laminate them. I also use them for presentations like this, but once I get the certificate, I don't do a whole lot with it. But it is nice to get that certificate. It's especially nice to get the letter. They tell you what you've achieved as Toastmasters in some of these accomplishments. So you can do, one of the important things about recognition is to understand how people want to be recognized, and so that's one of the reasons I have that up there on top. I am a very enthusiastic, energetic, loud, vibrant person. You would think that I would love to have everybody hear about the great, wonderful things I've accomplished, but that's not true. I'm a very loud, vibrant person when it comes to other people. When it comes to me, I would much prefer recognition be private with my boss only. If recognition is public, an absolute requirement for me would be that it is a team recognition. Otherwise, it is painful for me to be recognized as an individual in front of a group of people. I personally feel I'm a huge believer in teamwork, and I think because of that, if I'm recognized, people are thinking, well, geez, I've done this or I've done that, and they're right. Everybody contributes to these things. You can get Toastmasters, Distinguished Toastmaster. One of the things that disappointed me, though, after I said I don't do a lot with the certificates, I do keep them in a little file. You don't get a certificate when you become a Distinguished Toastmaster. They send you a very nice plaque, and I'm thinking, geez, I really would have liked to have another certificate to match my other ones. This is a wonderful way, and I don't want to demean certificates. We give out certificates a lot. It's very economical to give out a certificate, and people appreciate it. This is one of my favorite recognitions, though. This is what they call a traveling trophy. And so this, about $20, maybe a little bit more now for the plaque itself. About $3 to $5 depending upon where you go to get a name plaque on there. And it's great. We give this out for Toastmaster of the Year, and we travel around with it. One of the things that we're trying to do to retain members is you will lose about 70% of your people once they get their competent communicator. So we're trying to do this. It's actually going to be a ribbon. So Nancy is prototyping this, and we have the order in. So this was a ribbon. You have this nice little X so you know where to put your pin. But so when somebody joins, they get a new member pin. This is the communication track, and this is the leadership track. Each one of these pins costs about $6 to $8 from Toastmasters International, and it's a great way to. Here's your goal as a Toastmaster, to get down to this level. They also have and I brought the flag in just to show that you can get ribbons. The DCP plan, that's your goal as club officers to make, and how hard is it to get 5 points? Membership is definitely the hardest challenge for most clubs, to get new members and then retain these members. I'm trying to give you some ideas on how to retain new people. You definitely want to understand what your new members' goals are, review those goals. I started in Toastmasters because I wanted to work on my communication skills. I definitely have stayed with Toastmasters because I'm working on my leadership skills, and I think it's an aspect that many people don't pursue. And so you need to recognize what your members' goals are, review those goals, and revise those goals as needed. These are some of the sample types of recognition at the club, the district, and I say international. Recognize as a new member, give them a new name tent or something, welcome them in, doing your induction. Rocks, this is a recognition of key skills. So if you look at the Competent Communicator Manual, after the 5th speech, they have a review of your skills, and we have the mentor review, and then say this is recognition of key skills because you've made it through 5. And then the Competent Communicator, you've seen that. There's a little pin, you do a little certificate for them. And so once you reach that milestones, the club should recognize you, the Toastmasters International recognize you. Recognize your officers. If you have a good set of officers, phenomenal. It makes a huge difference in the club, and it is work to be an officer. This is something that you should look at yourself. This is your opportunity to work on those leadership skills. And this is my favorite saying about Toastmasters. Nobody's going to fire you for trying something that doesn't work. Learn from it, grow. That's what Toastmasters is all about. At the district level, if you go to the D6 website, and it is D6 Toastmasters, they have the exclusive Golden Gavel. How many people have ever went for the exclusive Golden? how many people know about the exclusive Golden Gavel? You go to another club's meeting and have more members than wherever the gavel is, and you can capture the Golden Gavel. That's kind of fun to get them to recognize that you're going to go meet other club members. They do the Rose Award, and that is reach out, sharing energy. Each district governor has a theme. So this is, I'm trying to encourage everybody to try to go to the next level outside of your club. It is fun to do the contests and go to some of the tallies, meet a whole set of people. But the Rose is the theme for our current district governor. Toastmaster of the Year, and they do officer and leadership skills. Like right over there, we have at least 3 area governor ribbons on there, and 2 division governors and a district governor. So they always give you, and then we have Toastmat, the DCP plan, huge into the DCP plan. At the international level, there's more. They have all kinds of awards that you can go after. And so if you think at the club level you've reached your limits, go to the next level. Start looking at other opportunities. And that's what I'm trying to encourage existing members. Once you get the competent communicator, you know, go and look at the next step you have. Lastly, I'm going to ask if there's any questions, and if you have any ideas of how you recognize in your club.
Well, to share one thing that we do that I think has been rather nice is our general evaluator, as part of the evaluation at the end of the meeting, gets to pick the person who spoke during table topics, who, based on whatever criteria the general evaluator cares to use that day, picks the best table topics of the day.
Okay, excellent. See, that is something that happens on a regular basis, but is random among the members. Excellent.
We never have a vote amongst the membership.
I'm sorry.
We normally have a vote amongst the membership for that. We have a best evaluator, best table topics, and best evaluators always kind of hard to get. In the almost 5.5 years I've been in, I've only gotten it 3 times.
Yes.
At the end of every meeting, we vote, all the members vote on who provided the biggest spark to the meeting and who did the best job on thinking on their feet in the table topics. And so it's a collaborative
Those
effort.
are great ways.
And then we have a traveling trophy that they can bring back to their desk for the week. And then we have to get them to bring it back the next week.
I went to, I think it's St. Paul Speakers, don't quote me on it, but they actually, at the beginning of the year, have all their members set goals. Here's my goals for the year. And that's one of the things the DCP plan does for you too, is it gets commitment from people to finish out some of those things.
In our club, we've developed these pods, so these smaller groups within the club, and it's kind of a way to talk with other members of the club together. There are about 3 or 4 club members to a pod, and it's kind of a way just to reach out, contact, and be more in touch with other members in the club, where they might not necessarily be fully committed to the whole club, but they'll be more, I guess, committed, and it's just a better way of communicating and understanding what their goals are.
Kind of like a group mentoring.
Yeah, that's kind of the concept.
Great. Well, I like that, because it's hard. Mentors, it's hard to just do individual mentors. We haven't had a lot of luck with making regular meetings or having them ask for help. So, Nancy, I'll set you up. I'm going to turn it over to Nancy Sharon, who's going to be